Hey, so there's been a lot going on lately, astrologically and stuff, and a lot of things that just need to be dealt with. And that's where I've been for the last few weeks, is doing that, and remembering more of the truth of who I am. Um, Dealing with things from my past, letting and allowing things to come forward that need to be looked at, and spent a little time with them and accepted them, and then was able to let go, um, with love. And that's always the big one, to do it with love. And I think it's only by releasing it with love that we understand more of who we are, and how we can actually look back on situations and allow them to be loved, because they created in us something better, something more expansive, something greater than who we sometimes see ourselves as. But the truth is that we are love. We are love incarnate, love in physical form on this earth. And sometimes it takes a little work to get there and see that in ourselves, because we're not taught to see ourselves that way. So on that note, I started kind of going back over some automatic writings that I've done, and I went back to February. And I have one here that was written more in a way for me to use as a reminder, I think, rather than an expansive thing. But then it does move into we's, so it includes everybody. Of course, everything like this always includes everybody. That's how it works. If I am something, then you are something. If God is something, then we are that as well, because we are made by Him and through Him and in His image of the divine source, God. So we have a right to everything that is Him. That's ours to have as well. And He wants us to have that. So I'm going to take a couple deep breaths and just calm myself a little bit here. Don't like being in front of a camera, but I'm doing it. So let me take a couple deep breaths, and I'll read this one to you, and then I'll move into a couple other ones that I found that came after this one as well, just in support of what was being shared with me this day. And if you would like to take a couple of deep breaths with me so that you can really receive the message and allow it into your heart and your spirit, that would be beautiful. I am complete. I am. I am totally complete. I am. I am absolutely complete. I am. I always have been and always will be. I am. I am. I am that. I am. How beautiful is that, to be fully known to myself, to feel totally complete in myself, to be filled to capacity with my beauty and the understanding of that, the grandness of that. We have not been called forth in this life to live shaking and cowering in a corner, waiting for other humans to see us or tell us our worth. We are here in this life to live boldly in our worthiness, to live strong in our convictions, to contain the fullness of who we are. We are complete and already have everything within us that we need, And the way there is to put aside our fears of what others say or how we fear they see us, for that does not matter. It is of no consequence and has no power over us. In truth, we, none of us, need the acceptance or consent of any other human to live and breathe in the truth of who we are. We do not need anyone's rules or outlines to experience the expansion that was here waiting for us the whole time. We simply need to set aside, as you would a letter or card from an old acquaintance, the thoughts we have believed over time, the lines and the words we have repeated to ourselves that are untrue, sometimes callous, and have encouraged often our self-doubt instead of our self-courage. We are the beautiful people set here on this beautiful earth to experience and live in the beauty of love, compassion, joy, laughter, and worthiness. And because that is our experience, our truth and our understanding, we naturally and with ease release that out into the world for others to experience as well. Know who you are. Do not further deny yourself your own love and compassion and joy. You cannot give something to others that you do not contain within yourself or for yourself. And when you love yourself for yourself, you cannot help but give it away to others. It is the natural course of things, the beautiful way of love, and the perfectness of it. To be yourself among men can seem to be no easy task, although your heart, mind, and body are crying out for it. They all cry out for lasting consistency because it is also in their natural form. You designed this body, your heart, the intricacies of your mind, and the depths of your soul to exist within those parameters, the truth of you. They all cry out, for that is where they were created to dwell. And the worldly places you have been in this life are the foreign regions for all parts of you. And make no mistake, you are doing it, and every part of you feels the change. So pay heed to all parts of your being and allow the space and time for the transition period. Hear what your parts speak to you and allow for them to be heard, seen, and known. Be within yourself with the same effort you use to be yourself. You are a fully sentient being. All of your parts speak to you and are affected by you and your thoughts. Pay heed to all parts of you, for they speak with clarity and love. To act on the truth of who you know yourself to be, the root of you, not the shell, is the most beautiful adventure and perfect representation of who you came here to be. It is pure perfection in motion. The shell is what you have worn that confines your absolution. It is protective gear, your armor against the world and the confining lack of prosperity. To be released from the shell, to have it crack, crumble, and disintegrate is the absolute grandest adventure you will ever experience. By allowing the disintegration of the false representation of your truth, you allow the true beauty of you to be exposed and lit up upon the world. Lit up as a beacon in the night that responds to SOSs as a safe harbor in the light, a place to view the possibilities without fear of repercussion or resistance to change placed upon them by others. It is most often our fear of repercussion and judgment from others that keeps us confined to the shell, the unknowing of the responses we may receive when they are challenged to do as you have done and set themselves free as well. You know who you are. Honest you do. It simply takes a quieting of the mind, time spent dissecting between what we were taught to be and peering through the cracks of the shell to see who we were created to be. The shedding of the shell, the most grand adventure you will ever take in this life, responds with the reveal of all the perfection, joy, and love that you came here to be. There is no need to be angry or resentful in the shedding of the shell, just the adventure with understanding of others and their shells that have yet to crack, and then the emergence of you in all your beauty into a world so desperate for your refreshing view of truth and freedom. It is a grand adventure awaiting your arrival. Do not be afraid. Do not wait for someone else to go first. Just go. Step into the freedom and the fresh air. Allow that deep breath that permeates from the inside out, the refreshing wave of freedom. You are everything you always thought you could be. You already are and always have been. So there was one thing I wanted to expand on where they said, the shell is what you have worn that confines your absolution. It is the protective gear, your armor against the world and the confining lack of prosperity. So I wanted to expand on the word prosperity because a lot of times we think of that as a word that is just around money, but it's far larger than that. It's far more expansive than that. So prosperity represents a condition of just good fortune, which encompasses wealth, health, happiness, well-being, hope, and a high quality of life. And money. It can mean money. I want money. You know, I want people I love to have money. But it's a much larger picture, and in order, I think, to live in the fullness of who you are here to be, it encompasses all of these great things: happiness and well-being, health, just good fortune in general, through in every aspect of life, and wealth. I always like to use the word wealth. I think that just really resonates with my heart, and that's not just about money. I looked it up a couple months ago, but wealth means good health, freedom, family, loved ones, good friends, anything that brings joy and contentment. So I like using wealth. Prosperity is a word that I am still working on. My automatic brain it limits it, and I want all of these to be more expansive, and that just creates a grander and more exciting adventure for life, and moving into the truth of who we are and all that is contained within us. So as an overview of these messages that I shared with you today, you came here to be complete, whole, and fully aware of the truth of you. It's all of the things that we learned that counter that get in our way. And those untruths are represented in the writing by the shell, right? The shell that covers you, and you think that it protects you, but it actually confines you into a smaller version of who you are. And by allowing that to crack and to consider the possibilities, you begin then to understand yourself and to know yourself, and you are all the things that you always hoped and wanted to be. You are those things, or those thoughts would not even be there. I would encourage you to spend time to be aware of God in you, that to dwell within the revelation and the truth that you are made for love, from and by love, and therefore you are love, and there is only love. You are love incarnate, walking and talking that love brings freedom from the chaos of the world, and not just for yourself, but as you encompass that more, then everyone you come into contact with also gets to dwell within that energy and that presence that you're bringing forth. And simply by being in your highest energetic truth, and staying aware of the changes within you that you can make to affect that and grow that and increase that, right? And that's that whole ripple effect. Being love in physical form is your inheritance. That is your birthright and your inheritance, to walk in that all the time. And your legacy, by doing that, your legacy is represented in those that you affect through your love ripple that resonates forever. It will never end. Your effect on people in this world today will never end, right? That love ripple. And so I've decided I'm going to be doing a channeled message at the end, hopefully in support with, it's all going to be in support of this, because that's just how it works. But I also want to leave it open to what might want to come through for those of you who are having the opportunity to hear this, and for myself. So I'm going to take some deep breaths and relax and see what my friends have to say today. All right. Oh, we are so glad that you are here today with us. This is so great, so beautiful, so grand. Oh, if you could see the expansiveness of who you are, if you could see yourself the way we see you, and you may see portions of that. You may have images of that. You may see and understand the growth that you've already gone through, but there's even more. There's more and more and more and more and more. Oh, the day that you reach the full capacity of your truth, of who you are, and all that is contained within you, will be a grand day indeed. A grand day indeed. A celebration for all of the universe, for all of the planets and the stars and the moons and the galaxies. And on Earth, you will be celebrated by all things of nature. The animals, the trees, the waters, the air, the tiniest of bugs and insects. For as you reach your fullness, as you reach the truth of you, as you expand beyond the borders placed around you, it affects everything. It affects everything. And beyond that everything, where there's always more. There is always more. Do not hesitate to reach beyond the expanse. It is there for you, waiting oh so patiently, and yet on pins and needles. For we know the truth of you. We know who you are. And yes, you know parts of you, but there's always more. There's always more. To see yourself beyond the limitations is the most beautiful thing that you can do for you. to see yourself beyond the fears is an extraordinary journey. Allow yourself the freedom, the love, the truth, the beauty, the expansion, for there is always more. You've come into a world where you have been taught to hinder and bind, and we call you forth to honor the truth of who you are. And we await your grand revival, your grand revival, your refining. But you do not need to refine by fire. You can refine with ease, peace, joy, love, freedom, breath, thoughts. Allow yourself all of those freedoms throughout the day, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, throughout the years. And one day you will wake up and you will not recognize who you are, for you will be so different from who you were, but yet you will be so free. That is what we are waiting for, and that is why we are here with you today. Why we come before you to speak and honor you in truth and love. We are your compadres. We stand with you always, side by side, arms linked. So we thank you for being here today. We thank you for joining with us. We thank you for allowing us to come forth and to speak truth to you in love and honor. And with that, we are complete. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hopefully will be doing another one very soon. So, love you. Leave me comments. Follow, repost, whatever you'd like to do. It's my joy and pleasure to be here with you today. See you soon.